Welcome to Monday, September 12th, 2022, your day weather podcast brought to you by Cowboy State Daily. Cowboy State Daily has more original Wyoming news information than any other news organization in the state. Check them out at cowboystatedaily.com or see them on their Facebook page. More typical September weather, folks, for the rest of the month after a scorching hot start to the month. Then a very strong cold front for many of you over the last few days. We will see temperatures really warm to start the week. Nothing like last week, but we are going to see some pretty warm temperatures. We saw temperatures really rebound yesterday. That trend will continue through Tuesday. Then a series of Pacific frontal systems and moisture will bring some showers to the region Wednesday through Friday. This is not a big pattern change, but one where there'll be some showers, especially for you folks in the western side of the divide. You kind of missed out on the cold front, but the western slope of Colorado, back into Utah, western Wyoming, western Montana, maybe into Idaho and the Pacific Northwest a little bit, we'll see some showers off and on through Friday. Some of these showers will get east of the divide as well, and it won't be a lot, but a little cooler. The pattern is pretty active for the rest of the month, as we're going to show you. So expect some ups and downs, which is typical as you get closer to the fall season. So this means we still have some warm days coming, but it also means we have more cold fronts that we see coming between now and as we head into early October. Quite a satellite photo this morning. Strong storm system here in the Great Lakes that brought some flash flooding to Chicago over the weekend. Yes, that is the same trough and cold front that came through the Rockies and High Plains late last week. Look at the dry air getting entrained into the low. And also the sharp delineation with the cold front, the same cold front that came through us all the way there down to the east. And here's the Pacific moisture we're talking about right here. Actually, some of this moisture are the remains of Hurricane K. Speaking of which, this is the rainfall totals that came into California with K. You can see way down, it was far southern California that picked up the heaviest rain, but we did see some rain get into the Sierras as well, into parts of the Great Basin and in northwestern areas of Arizona. If you look at what happened in the interior west, look at northern Wyoming. Wow, great rainfall out of that. And of course, as we showed you Friday, the snow in the Bighorn Mountains. So nice to see northern Wyoming pick up rain like that into western South Dakota as well. Then the Front Range of southeastern Wyoming and Colorado had a soupy weekend as well. Then as you look out further on the plains, once again, the Panhandle, Nebraska, northeastern Colorado, just trace amounts or a few hundredths of an inch of rain. And you can see how much that continental divide plays a role and who gets the rain and who doesn't when cold fronts go east of the divide. These are the temperatures over the last 3 days, and you can see the big temperature anomaly from that front, although for the month of September, as you probably can easily realize, has been much warmer than average since the beginning of the month. Smog and smoke and haze continue across parts of the far western areas of Wyoming, and you can see that the haze from the smoke from the northern fires in Idaho, back in the Pacific Northwest, we really enjoy not having much of that around over the weekend, but it is going to be drifting back in, at least temporarily, although I do see some help for these fires weather-wise here in the coming days. This is where we are today. You can see this little sliver of high pressure building this ridge. This is why we had the big warm-up over the weekend, Sunday that is, and the warmer temperatures that we're going to have today. But it's getting squished by this low coming into the Pacific Northwest and other lows here. So the high is not going to be able to maintain itself for much more than a couple of days, unlike what we saw here over the last couple of weeks. And there's that strong low in the Great Lakes spun up because of that cold front. As we get into midweek, this is for Wednesday. Wednesday, you can see the high pressure retreats to the east, and we have basically a broad trough with the jet stream getting carved out over the west. So what this means is the door just gets open. The door is open to the North Pacific to send systems. Here's one, here's another one, there's another one back up here. These are not terribly strong systems, at least the first couple, but they will start to bring in some moisture. And this is going to lead to more systems. This is by Saturday. A stronger front comes into the Pacific Northwest by Saturday. So while it will be warm and very summer-like today and tomorrow, as we get into Wednesday through Friday and into the weekend, we have these systems coming in. And then for you keen observers, a strong ridge of high pressure is building out in the eastern Pacific. So that'll just keep the door open. This is why the rest of September into early October is going to be more active with that high building in there. This is all the way out to next Monday. Look at that deeper low coming in and look at the establishment of the big high here in the eastern Pacific. If this takes place, well, this warrants a blue arrow because we are likely going to be looking at a pretty big push of colder air early to mid next week, moving in right around probably the 20th, the 21st of the month. We're going to see another strong cold front come through the region. That's the way it's looking right now. Precipitation-wise, this is through Friday afternoon and evening of this week. You can see there's going to be more showers. See how it's really concentrated west of the divide? So western Wyoming, eastern Idaho, the Wasatch, Utah, Colorado's western slope, down into the Four Corners region. There's more moisture coming in the form of rain showers and scattered showers and thunderstorms from that Pacific pattern opening on up. This is for the second half of the period. This is basically from Monday through Wednesday as we get out to the 21st. So you can see there could be a significant amount of moisture with these fronts coming on into the central and northern Rockies right around the beginning, the official start of fall. And with that will be some cold temperatures. If this takes place, this is right around the 21st and 22nd, another strong cold front, and there we go, potentially snow into the mountains and getting further west now into the Yellowstone Plateau, the Wind Rivers, the Tetons, back up into the Bitterroot, up into the Beartooth, and even the central and northern mountains of Colorado and southern Wyoming. So it's a much different looking weather pattern now for the rest of the month as compared to the scorching heat we had for the beginning of the month. So September starts hot, ends colder. Have yourself a good Monday. We'll see you tomorrow.